Hey, so how are you doing? I'm gonna do a recipe video because I was thinking I needed to get something up, and um, I don't think I've ever showed this like excellent dill recipe I have. I might have showed it on my onion picoras video, but I'm gonna show it to you again. So this is a two-part recipe, quick lunch in the time that it takes me to make this video, about 15 minutes. I'm gonna make a dill dressing first, and then I'm gonna throw together a salad, and then it's gonna go on top. And this is usually how I eat, unless I'm eating blended, or unless I happen to be eating a bit of meat, which I haven't eaten meat in about 4 weeks. So, and even if I may eat this exact thing like afterwards. So here we go. So you want to take Vitamix and get apple cider vinegar. This is for the dill dressing. Cover up the blades at least. I usually want more. So you take equal parts garlic and ginger and just throw the whole thing in. And equal parts for garlic and ginger. So you just eyeball that, and then and you want to get the ginger in there early because of all the fiber and stuff. Looks like I need a little bit more garlic to make it equal parts. And you want to take a whole thing of celery, just like that, and cut like about 1-inch slice like that, and then another 1-inch slice like that. And so that goes into the blender. Okay, and then so we do a bit of water to get it to turn over. Get a little bit of salt. And I decided I do take salt because I have low blood pressure, and I noticed when I added salt back into my diet that I stopped getting cold towards the end of the winter. So probably a little more than that. I'm doing maybe, I guess maybe a good tablespoon of salt in there, level tablespoon. So we go over to the Vitamix. I'm going to turn this over. Alright, so I'm doing the basic recipe on this, and you could add other things to this, but this is just my basic dill dressing that you could use for almost anything, and almost even normal people. By normal people I mean people who eat in the Matrix would like this, because I take this to my family stuff. But you could also take like some salmon and put that over it. Not too in the mood for this, but this dill sauce would go good with the salmon. So, and by extra things, I have these black sesame seeds that I got that were on clearance, were really cheap, organic. This here is optional. This is not a necessary part of the recipe. So I'm going to throw a little bit of those in there. And then you want to stick sunflower seeds in there to taste. I mean, not to taste, but to the consistency that you want it to be. So I'm putting like 2 handfuls in there. No, I think it's 3 handfuls. And then I'm going to put some coconut butter in there. Kind of a lot. Like about that much. Okay, so we're going to blend this up. So it's getting a little too thick. And I know I want more vinegar, so I'm going to go ahead and add it, but what I told you is the basic recipe for people who don't crave sour things like I do. Alright. So there's the dressing. That's my dill dressing. And that's good and perfect. Exactly how it should be. So anyways, we're going to throw the salad together. I don't know how much time I have. But some are great. 2 carrots. Alright, we're going to grate a couple of squash. No labels. There we go on that. That's going to be all the grating for now. That needs to come out of there. We're going to do some scallions. Just go ahead and cut them right to whatever thickness you like. So maybe about that much, yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go for something really succulent and yummy that's good in the salad. Which are these guys here, baby bok choy. They're way more wet and succulent than a mature big bok choy, so I love these in the salad. So we're just going to chop these however you like it. And even all the way to the bottom is really good. That's almost like kind of the wettest, sort of most succulent part. Alright, so in the bowl that goes. What else I got here? A little bit of cilantro. In my case, a lot of cilantro. For most people, I don't know if they want it, but just cilantro to taste. So, and yeah, for sure, most people would probably want maybe about 1/3 of what I do. So all of that in there. And then we're going to do 1 Roma tomato. And this is the best way to usually cut a tomato into little pieces. Alright. Just this. On top. Put the salad dressing down first so we make it a little bit presentable. Stir that all in a bit. And then add some more on there. And don't skimp on the salad dressing because it's good for you. All my salad dressings are, and yours should be too because it's pretty easy. So here we go with the tomatoes on there. And then we're going to get some almonds, organic pastures. I guess their harvest is ready. These are real raw almonds from organic pastures, and I leave almonds when I have them in the refrigerator in soap water. change the water every day, so. So there you go, and I like this a lot. This is one of my favorite kind of meals. So a little bit of everything. And that is one hell of a recipe. That's what I eat most of the time. When I say I'm vegan based, I mean I eat stuff like that most of the time. You could throw a few sunflower seeds on there too if you're alright with the nuts. So, anyway, this is Keith, Live Rockstar, saying nice summer recipe for you, especially that dill sauce. Alright then, later on.